Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. So welcome back to op.gg player review profiles. And we're going to start this one a little bit different. We're going to start by actually doing my own profile, my main account profile. So I will say right now, the reason that there's nothing on the screen is that this contains mega spoilers for what rating my account is. And I think it's just worth looking at and doing one of these. Because I'll just say things haven't been going great recently. And yeah, just kind of looking internally on my own account. We haven't really done it before in a video. I do it often just by myself. So if you want to avoid looking at what my account is and you don't want to get spoiled or anything like that, I'll put a time link at the top left of the screen right now that you can skip to that time and then you can avoid my account. If you don't skip, then you're going to get spoiled a little bit, because I will say one of the games that is in the champion match history is tomorrow's episode. So you are going to get spoiled a little bit, but not too much. Again, the game is still really good. But anyway, 3, 2, 1, boom. So yes, we are currently Diamond 3 0 LP. So we were Diamond 2, obviously, not that long ago. We can actually probably show... here, we were daily. There we go. So we were Diamond 2 on the 28th. Today is the 30th. I don't know why it's showing that, but today is the 30th. So it's 2 days has been, pretty bad. Diamond 2 to Diamond 3. It's just been one of those times that I'm sure everybody's experienced it, that you just feel like no matter what you do, you're just losing without much positivity happening, which sucks. It really does. And again, especially when I have to record daily and have to get content and stuff, it's been, I would say when I got demoted out to Diamond 2, a normal player probably wouldn't have played anymore because you're a bit tilted. You got demoted out of Diamond 2. I had to keep playing because I didn't have a video. So it doesn't help. Again, when you're a YouTuber streamer, that doesn't help. That you've got to keep going, even though you probably wouldn't if you were just a normal player that wasn't a YouTube streamer. But obviously, I do that to myself, so I accept that. So what we're going to do is just look through my account and just see if there are any things that just stand out to me. And I will say, this is where I always have said sometimes of, do what I say, not what I teach. Because there are going to be some lessons that I normally say in these episodes, and even, we're going to be doing some other profiles after mine, that, when I say, how many champions do you play, and let's have a look, and I go down, and I go like, oh my god, look, between 66 and 77, why have I got all these? Well, the answer to that question is I'm a YouTuber. Having variety and doing different videos, that's pretty much the reason why. So for me, it's a little bit different, but for you guys... that is definitely a solid thing. Like, what I'd say is the ones, they're not bad because that's just the one-off video. You could question, why is there 2 Jin games? Why is there 2 Diana games that I've lost? Maybe stuff like that. But yeah, so let's do it. So I will say, again, some people may question, what am I going to do for the rest of the season? We've just got over a week left remaining, about a week and a half. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm going to focus on my main account anymore, because I will also say they have de-incentivized climbing to high diamond at the end of a season now. So if you were unaware, the reason why you wanted to be a different diamond tier to everybody else is because the border, when you load into a diamond game, or even like if you're the different divisions basically have a different looking border. So a diamond 5 border looks different to a diamond 1 border. That was the main difference. That's how people knew what rating you were last season. Borders are no longer part of the end of season ranked rewards. So if I finish this season in diamond 3, it's the exact same, like, it doesn't matter if I finished in Diamond 1, because the border is not part of the rewards anymore. So it's a little bit weird. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm tempted just to go on the I'm Not Huzzy account, which is in Gold 1 at the moment. And maybe we'll just try to get that Platinum, maybe, and just kind of have fun. Because I think having fun is something that I really need to get in League. And I have fun every now and then, but recently, as you can see here, my win rate goes to show it's not been going well. Okay, so... Sorry. I do have hiccups slightly a bit. So, the weird thing is what's happened recently, and it does seem that way, is we went on a crazy big win streak. For a 2-week period of 20 games, or, 20-game period, we won 75% of our games. That's when I climbed up to Diamond 2. I was in a really jovial mood. We were winning like crazy. Like, people on the channel going, Huzz, why aren't you uploading losses? And the answer to the question was, we aren't losing. Like, we were only basically winning. When now it's like flipped. It's just like gone whoop, like the complete other way around. So I guess, you know, comeback, I guess. But you can see my win rate is still okay. 51% win rate is a perfectly respectable win rate when you're in Diamond. That does show that the game's, on percentage and stuff, the game still thinks I should be climbing, not being at 50%. 50% is where you could argue you're kind of in your rating. So we're at 51. Our win rate, again, was better. My win rate recently got up to 53% in my massive win streak, but obviously with a loss streak, it's gone down. So if we can kind of go over some games of recent, so you will recognize some of these as episodes. So that was a league discussion. That one I was probably going to do a replay. That was the Carthus top lane episode, the original Carthus top lane episode. That was an episode, I'm pretty sure. But then from here... this is where I got demoted. So this is where I got demoted from Diamond 2. So the weird thing with me was I was in Diamond 2, and you can see loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. While I was in Diamond 2, I had a 50% win rate, which is fine. A 50% win rate, that means you're not climbing, you're not going down. So it was really weird to me that I did actually get demoted. So I lost this game. So this is where I was 0 LP Diamond 2. I get autofilled to support, lose this game, demoted. So here is where I went to Diamond 3, and then all these games, 3 games in a row, I go down to like Diamond 3, 40 LP. I win a game, which I will say this game is tomorrow's, and then today I lose 3 games after that, and now we're at 0. So it's been one of those situations that has been really rough. Some of the games I can definitely play better, like this Carthus one, definitely could have played better. I went Carthus top lane again, played against an Urgot. He just really, he just dove me and beat me. But other games, I played quite well in the Swain one. I did okay in the Ziggs one. They were just unfortunate that people got fed. It just happened. So, are there any things that stand out? First thing is control warding. I'd say it's okay. For somebody that plays mainly mid/top, I buy control wards in most of my games. Maybe I could buy maybe a bit more. You know, I'm buying mainly 1 per game, if any. Some games are buying more, but it's rare. So, you know, 2, 3. So maybe that's worth noting in my own head. Farm-wise is low. Again, that is also obviously one of my weaknesses. And obviously, whenever you're looking at the farm numbers, you also have to look at the game time. So this game was only 17 minutes, 123 farm. That's actually quite high. 6.9 farm per minute. That's actually quite high farm. Where this... it's quite low, 4.5. That's quite good on Ziggs. That's not bad on Lux. A little bit low on Swain. That's good on Vel'Koz. That's good on Anivia. Support. Good on Anivia. Not bad on Vel'Koz. Around, by the way, 6.5. 6 is where you're looking at. Good on Carthus. Pretty low there on Urgot. So the farm, not too bad, to be honest. You know, with everything taken into account. Kill participation, so obviously so losses, generally you'll have lower kill participation because you're losing. But yeah, lowish, low, not bad, low, high, but just couldn't win. Not bad as support. Low. So this is something that is in my own head. I'm processing and looking at. This is what you guys can do. I'm noticing that maybe I need to get involved more in the earlier game, have a bigger impact, and then, you know, get that kill participation up. And if, by the way, you trust yourself to climb, trust yourself to carry, well, if you trust yourself, then you should be helping your team more, because when you're helping your team more and you're trusting yourself, things should, if you're good, work out better than not, because you're getting involved a lot more yourself. So that's worth noting. So that's interesting. So as for my win rates, so my recent games, again, I have been autofilled a bit recently. That I got like autofilled the Thresh game. Luckily, some of the other games were dodges, but I have been autofilled a little bit. But we've had a 43% win rate in mid lane and a 0% win rate in support of my recent games. For some reason, it's not showing my top lane, but it doesn't seem I've been top lane much at all. So yeah, from this, again, I am jumping around champions a lot, but again, that's being a YouTuber. That's trying to play different champions every game to get episodes, to have different variety of episodes. So again, that's something that I can't really help that much with being a YouTuber. Actual, let's say, champion performance. So again, what champions should I be sticking to and which champions should I probably just get rid of? And again, I do this often because some people go, where did that champion go? Where did that champion go? There's reasons why they disappear, as it were. So my Malzahar, the reason why he hasn't disappeared is a 65% win rate in over 60 games. It's a very solid win rate, very good champion for me in solo queue. Swain, again, when it's only 1 game difference from a 50% win rate, that's okay, but that's why he's borderline for me. Like, you can win, you can lose. It's not like a definite pick. Maybe I should probably jump back on Xerath. I just got a little bit bored with him, but I don't. I've said recently, when I'm on point, Xerath is my best champion nowadays. If I'm on point with landing skill shots and just hitting stuff, yeah, Xerath is my best champ, and he's got a good win rate, good KD, not bad gold, not bad farm. So maybe I should jump on Xerath again. If you guys agree, let me know in the comments what champions you want to see. So this is also obviously why Gangplank kind of faded away. Negative KD, which is not always a bad thing, because it's a positive KDA that I'm getting a lot of assists, but it's a negative KD just. But it's a negative win rate. So it was just borderline for me, so I kind of just dropped him. So Darius, pretty good. I should probably play more Darius. 65% win rate in 31 games. Pretty good KD for Darius. Relatively neutral, but neutral good. So potentially that should be something I look at. Vladimir, not bad again. My KDs are something that I should probably focus on. And again, remember when we do profile breakdowns to other people, how a lot of the time when I'm looking at their profiles, their average deaths are like 8 and above. So you'll notice my deaths are very consistent, about 5. Roughly about 4 to 5 deaths per game is my average. I don't die that much, and if I do die that much, I'm also matching a lot of the time how many kills I'm getting, or very close to, with also getting more assists. So I'm okay with my KDA, but it is something that I could probably pay attention to a little bit more. So my Lux actually is really good. So again, maybe my playstyle is Lux and Xerath. Again, Lux is basically an easier version of Xerath. So if you're not in the mood to play Xerath, or you're a little bit tired or whatever, then Lux is a very good champion to fall back onto. So maybe I'll like spam those a little bit. My Nivea, yeah, it seems actually pretty good. I the thing with Anivia I should probably do more of is, you know, play her, because she's very good at delaying games. If your team is feeding, Anivia is one of the best mid laners to have in the game. Why? Because she can delay a game by herself. You know, the enemy team's got fed, they're pushing down mid, Anivia just puts her ultimate down, puts her wall down, kills all the minions, so they do no turret damage. She's delaying the game. Incredibly good champion for doing that. My Shen... Wow, that's really good Shen stats. I didn't even realize. Again, I haven't done this in a little while, so maybe I should play more Shen. I know, yeah, I don't know. I'm playing mid and top. So right now, the back of my mind, what I'm doing is kind of just processing what I should be doing. So far, mid lane, Malzahar, obviously. Malzahar, Xerath, Lux for mid, and Anivia. So those 4, you can basically just lock in those 4. Malzahar, Xerath, Lux, and Anivia, mid lane. Top lane, Darius and Shen so far. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trying to rejig of what I should be prioritizing, what I should be playing. And then if I do decide to go back on my main account, maybe I won't stream on it. Maybe I'll just play on it in my own time. I can then focus. I can then just go, right, I'm only playing these, 6 champions. And that should help quite a bit, because they're champions that I've got a proven track record on. I know what I'm doing on them. So you don't have to think about what you're doing on the champion. You focus on the game at hand. That's the benefit of doing this. So... other things worth mentioning, we won't do much more of my account, but I thought people would find it interesting at least, because it's actually helping me kind of refocus in. So my Karthus, not great. KD is actually not bad at all, but the win rate's pretty poop. High farm as well on Karthus, so I don't know, maybe, but the win rate is not great. Poppy, not bad. Poppy is always going to be a champion for me that, she's kind of in my champion pool, kind of isn't. She's a champion that if someone picks like something like an Aurelia or a Jax that has a jump ability, that I'll be like, I'm playing Poppy this game. It's just a natural counter. Or Riven. It's just a natural counter. So it's always worth having her around. And my Poppy's quite good. Again, always adjust how you're Always adjust how your KDAs are depending on the champion. Poppy is a tank, so having higher deaths than kills, that's natural. You're a tank. You're not really wanting kills on Poppy, so that's fine. I will say it's a bit high deaths, because if you compare my deaths to Sion, I'm dying a lot less on Sion, and arguably Sion is more all-in than Poppy. Other things worth mentioning, Yorick. So again, I was actually waiting until we came across him. So he might be my third. So my pool, if I want to play in my own time, try to get the account higher rating, just kind of chill on it, no pressure. Again, there is no pressure now. It's the final 2 weeks of the season. The whole pressure that used to be on ranked was, hey, I want to get to a higher tier to get a fancier border. that pressure's gone. So right now, if you're watching this video, go just play ranked for fun. Like if you've never got to a new rating before, you're like, oh, I'm a silver 1 player, but I'm a bit scared that I'm gonna go down rating instead of getting gold. It doesn't matter, just go for it, because the difference between a silver 1 border and a silver 5 border there is no difference. They're getting rid of the border rewards, so you may as well just go crazy and try to get it. So I might play in my own time. So what I'm thinking is, and again, I'm hoping you guys can sense I'm a little bit happier because I'm actually working out a plan, and also Ezreal for my AD carry, by the way. And maybe I'll play, hell, what does it matter? Maybe I'll play some AD carry games and just play Ezreal for fun. I love Ezreal. So what I'm thinking is, in the next few days, whether I do it on stream or not, I'm not sure, but it's probably going to be Malzahar, Xerath, Lux, and Anivia for mid lane. Will be Darius, Shen, Poppy as obviously a counter pick, and Yorick for top lane. And then probably a bunch of Ezreal games when I'm just in the mood to play AD carry. So that's what I'm thinking. So that is, what, 9 champions that I'm going to focus on. And, you know, that's the 9 champions is still plenty champions even as a YouTuber, because if I played a different champion every single game, that's 9 days worth of YouTube content that you get a different champion every single day until you get the same one again. So that's not bad. So what I might do is, you know, play some solo queue, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night, and just chill, and no pressure on myself, just play the game and just focus on what I'm doing, get my own game back on track, and have some fun, really. So that was my profile. So what I'm going to do now is just find 1 or 2 more profiles to do. So we'll do this. I'm trying to look for names in the Twitch subscriber Discord channel that I don't recognize. Therefore, I probably have not done one of their profiles before. So I don't know what server this is on. So so it must be this. Hey, I will say, find it funny when people have the mini lad icon on. Again, if you guys, if you're new to my channel or whatever, the mini lad icon was a part of a deal that was with the YouTuber Mini Lad in an event that non-league YouTubers came to play League. I was the YouTuber that did the deal with Mini Lad and stuff. Riot picked me to show them the ropes along with Fi. It was really fun. And, you know, he follows me on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter. Calyx also was involved. He follows me on Twitter. Having these people with millions of YouTube subscribers follow me on Twitter, and I can, like, DM, and I've spoken to them very briefly and stuff. And they're really, again, I've been a fan of Mini Lad for years. It's really cool to, like, see that and be like, I was a part of that. So it's cool. Anyway, let's do an update, because it's been updated 2 months ago. Doesn't look like that many games, but more than it was last time. So we're in Silver 5, first ever season. So again, slightly below average. But what I will say, this is something that a lot of people have a hiccup on when they're like complaining about what rating they are. Obviously, I'm not saying this person is. I don't know if they want to be higher rating, but in order to climb, in order to get to a better rating, guess what? You need to play the game. So this Lunux guy, he's in Silver 5. But if you actually look at like how he's doing, he's got a 65% win rate in 31 games. That means this dude will climb very quick if he just plays. If he just actually plays the game, he'll do really well. Like, he just needs to play more. So obviously a jungler. Seems a jungler and an AD carry player. He plays the devil occasionally as well. You naughty. Right, so ranked only, solo queue only up here. Cool. Right, so jungling. Seems that you're a very, balls to the wall jungler. Kha'Zix, Twitch, Warwick, Lee Sin, Kayn. So the first thing to notice for a brand new ranked player, this is your first ever season. A different champion nearly every single game. So you got 2 Kayn games in a row, good. But then Lee Sin, Warwick, Twitch, there's no pattern. You know, for a brand new ranked player, I'd say you probably should develop some type of pattern that you're playing 3 Warwick games in a row, 3 Lee Sin games in a row, 3 Kha'Zix. Get that consistency up is what I'd very much recommend. I also wouldn't recommend Twitch jungle. Obviously, this game did not go very well, but I would say don't do it in general. A couple reasons. One, relying on a cheese jungler like Twitch to climb is a pretty bad way of climbing for your first time ever. Because, one, it could either just go very badly, because it's a cheese jungle. They either do really well or really bad. So you're likely to do bad in at least half of your games. And secondly, if you do manage to get on a nice win streak with a cheese jungler, well, then you might just end up in a rating that you don't really belong in. You just kind of cheesed your way there. And then when you go back to play your other picks, you might have a really hard time, like, oh god, I'm not good enough to play here. I just kind of cheesed my way there. So I'd be careful of that. Worth noting, 0 control wards. In all of these games, there is no control ward purchases at all. As for a jungler, that's very surprising. And I'd say that's very also surprising for a Lee Sin, who also could use control wards for his ward hopping. So very much look into control wards. I'd say for your farm, for a jungler, your farm is very high. Very, very high. 207, 197. But what goes hand in hand here, what does seem to be the case, high farm, low kill participation. High farm, less than 50%. But you're looking for around 50% kill participation, especially as a jungler that you're trying to get around the whole map. Below 50%, above it, and above it. So your Kayn games, they're good, but everything else is low. And again, 160 farm on Lee Sin is an incredibly high amount of farm. Are you sacrificing getting involved for farming? On a champion like Lee Sin, that is not worth it. So that's something that I don't obviously know this 100%. Maybe your team just got really fed and you didn't need to get involved, but it's just worth kind of paying attention to. So again, in 31 games, you have played only 14 champions. That's not too bad. So again, you definitely have your Warwick that's good, your Kayn that's not bad. Again, very low games, but worth continue playing them when you have good performances. Again, then there's some random things, but you know, with how little games of ranked you have, you're gonna have champions with only 1 loss and 1 win quite often, I'd think, because you're brand new to ranked. So I'd say not bad. 14 champions in 31 games. That is, roughly half of your games you're playing a new champion, give or take. So I'd say be a little bit careful with that. Try to get that consistency, like I mentioned. Play 3 Warwick games in a row. Play 3 Lee Sins in a row, and you'll find you'll get a lot more consistent. And your first game, it'll be an okay game. Then the second game would be a lot better. And then the third game, you should be nailing everything because you've just played 2 of that champion in a row. So that's what I'd recommend. Thanks so much, dude. Hopefully, I will say, Linux, we look up your profile in a couple months' time when the new season comes, and I'm hoping with that win rate and how you're doing, I actually hope to see gold. That's what I'd say. I think you probably could get there from what we can see. All right, so we'll go trying to look for a new profile. Don't recognize this one, so we'll go with this, and it is a North American. And this will be the last one for today's extra video. So I say again, appreciate everybody for the support. I will say if you are watching this video live, as in when it comes out the day of release, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, but at 1 PM UK time on the 31st, so on Wednesday, 1 PM UK time, we are unboxing this in a sponsored stream. It is a replica Masterwork chest. It's official. It is in partnership with Riot and MasterCard, and that is for a 2-hour sponsored stream at 1 PM UK time. We're also going to be giving away some Infernal and Mumu codes and Sona remotes for people that are in the chat. So make sure you come 1 PM UK time. Feel free to put a reminder on your phone if you need to. And if you're from a different area in the world, just Google what is 1 PM UK time in my country and you'll be able to find the time. And if you can't make it live, the VOD will be available. And the name of the VOD will be something like, what has MasterCard and Riot sent me unboxing. So you'll be able to find it. And I'll probably link it in social media and stuff and on Discord. So sorry about that. I just thought I'd mention it. Right, so new profile. Let's just update it. Just so we have the most recent information possible. Ranked solo. So where are we? We are Silver 3. Only about 100 and just over 100 games played, so not too many. So Silver 5, and we have progress. So well done, you have climbed. Obviously not a very quick rate, I'm sure. Obviously you know that, but sometimes that's completely fine. Sometimes the smooth climb happens for a couple seasons until something clicks. Sometimes I've literally seen people be hard stuck for like literally years. They get a little bit of advice here or there, and they just start rocketing because something clicks with them, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm going like a crazy person." So let's actually just quickly see how the tier graph is looking. Is this the highest rating you've been monthly? Yes, it looks like it is. Congratulations. So again, that's a very cool thing. Is when you're ending a season at like the highest rank you ever have. So it does seem, this is monthly, it does seem that Silver 3 is your highest rank, so well done. I will say again, that means you're slightly above average. Silver 4 is the average rank in League of Legends. So you're in the top, well actually, by this, maybe, oh, it might be different for North America. It shouldn't be, but again, it's the average rank. I know I say you're slightly above and it's only 64%. It's a little bit weird how it works. Just the quantity of people that are in that rank. Like, trust me, you're basically in the complete average, maybe slightly above average, which is good. Well done. So, champion performances, champions. I've never seen MVP, by the way. I've never seen that. So, congratulations of getting some MVPs. I don't know what that's for. Obviously being the best player in the game or the most valuable one. So, lots of Tristana compared to everything else. Borderline could call you a Tristana one-trick because, again, by Riot's eyes, if over 60... No, what was Riot's? If only over 30%? Yeah, I think that's what Riot says. Officially, Riot considers somebody a one-trick if over 30% of your games are one-tricks. If you're wondering how I know that and why do I know that, so Riot every single year does the scouting grounds for solo queue players to get invited to go and get scouted by pro teams. You're not allowed to go to that event if you're a one-trick and they deem a one-trick of somebody that has one champion that is over 30% of their games. I think that is, like, again, I don't like one-tricks, but I'd say that's a fairly, like, that's a low threshold for being a one-trick, I'll be honest. Right, so where are we? Control wards, a lot. Wow. So what I say, we've gone from one extreme to another. For an AD carry main, hell, you might even buy too many control wards, my friend. 2, 5, 3, 3, 4. I'm not going to say stop doing it, because look at the correlation, I will say. The correlation of you buying a lot of control wards, look how fed you got. That's really weird. And then, hey, look, less control wards, less fed. The secret is buying control wards. No, but yeah, well done. If you can spare a little bit of gold to help your support and help your team for vision, do it. And if you're fed, definitely do it. So that's completely fine. So kill participations, again, you're looking roughly at that 50% mark, and it does seem that you're nailing it in most of the games. Yeah, it's about there. There's nothing really, again, silver 3. Perfectly fine. That is what we want to see. Farm-wise, again, around 6, roughly. It is perfectly fine again. And just to remind everybody, because some people, I've seen it before, you're like, oh, their stats are really good. This person could be in diamond. You always have to remember, stats are subject to the rating the player is in. So again, very good Tristana stats, really good. Continue playing that to climb. But if someone's like, oh, Huz, this person's Tristana stats is better than this other diamond Tristana, the difference is that this Tristana is playing against other silver players. That diamond Tristana is playing against diamond Tristanas. Very big difference. It's why it's sometimes harder to get good stats in diamond, because people die less. They, they don't let you farm as much. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. So again, Lord Tristana games. Does seem that there is a potential other champion down here if you can't play Tristana. But let's see. You've got, over 100 games. Ranked solo. 100 games, 28 champions. That's not too bad. A quarter of your games you're playing a new champion, but over half of your games, or, near half of your games, just under, are on one champion. But there are some potentials to pick up. So your Lucian's not bad. Again, 1 loss and win difference. That's nothing to really care about. Your KDA's fine. Your farm's not bad. Jhin, same story. Even win rate, but that's pretty good. Your Fiora for top lane, not bad. Maybe just try to get those deaths up or get those kills up, either or. Misfortune, 100% win rate. Keep that going. That's awesome. Again, it depends. It depends what you want from the game. Again, I'd never recommend one-tricking, but if that's the style you want to do, that's what you have fun with, do it. There's no law against it. I just don't really recommend it. So if you do want to continue what you're doing, again, remember, with a 60% win rate, you'll continue climbing. You just have to play more. It's that simple. You'll keep climbing with a 60% win rate. You'll climb quite quick. So keep doing that. You've got some solid picks or other lanes if you get auto-filled. So Fiora's there. If, Tristana gets picked or banned, you've got your Misfortune. And then there's some champions here that maybe look into a bit more. I will say there are plenty of 1 losses. So maybe, if you are going to experiment, make sure you're ready to experiment. Because again, 1-7, 0-8, 2-8, 3-8. So just be a bit smarter when it comes to experimentation. I'm sure occasionally you get bored. I'm going to play Twitch this game. I'm going to play Caitlyn this game. Just 100% think it through. When you're in champions, are going, is this a good idea? Should I be playing this? And just ask yourself your question. That will probably help. But that's it. Overall, pretty good. Again, for the last 2 people that we looked at, they just got to play more and they'll probably climb. So, yeah. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy, throw a like on it. Let me know your thoughts down below. How's the season going for you? You know, let me know. How has Season 8 gone for you? Has it been good? Has it got bad? Have you reached a new rank? Have you plateaued? Let me know. I'll be really interested to know. I'll be reading all the comments in the comment section below. So, like, subscribe. See you guys next time. See you.